Welcome to this fourth video on the series of videos that I have prepared to help the young people within my network increase their chances of being selected for the Community Solutions Program holding in the USA in 2021. The selection will be done by the US Embassy in Yaoundé. The Community Solutions Program is sponsored by IREX, and it's similar to the YALI program that some of you know about, but I can bet you it's very, very competitive, which is a good thing, so that those who get in are those who actually merit it and are able to use the knowledge and skills gained to benefit their communities. So if you're watching this video, I expect that you have watched the previous three, and if you're not part of my mentoring platform on WhatsApp, you may not get the real depth of this mentoring program, but the videos in themselves, I know they're quite rich. So we have looked at the three key ingredients that you need to be thinking about. What is your leadership framework? What is your leadership impact? What is your leadership niche? And the fourth one we'll be looking at in this video is, what are your leadership activities? So just as a reminder, I am not giving academic lectures on leadership. I do not work with the US Embassy or with IREX, so there is no insider information involved. The official program information is found on the website, which I have shared on the forum. The eligibility criteria, they are also very detailed. I've shared the document with you as well on the forum. So what I'm doing is using my experience to give you the practical considerations that you can use to build a good application. I have elaborate experience not only in participating in international leadership programs, but in actually doing selection programs for some of these competitions. So you can trust that if you use the material I'm giving you, you greatly boost your chances of sailing through. Just as a reminder, what do we mean by your leadership framework? When you say you're a leader, it means that you are purpose driven. You're someone who is solving problems in your community. So basically, the first question to ask is, what's your why? What's your purpose? Right? Then I have introduced you to the Sustainable Development Goals, which is the framework of that provides a reference these days for key pertinent problems that communities need solutions for. So if you identify one or two sustainable development goals that resonate with the work you're doing, then you're on the right path. Another key issue in developing your leadership framework is making it personal. So you know the problem you're solving, but you need to have a personal story that ties you to that problem. That's what sets you apart, because if you're not unique, then you don't exist. Now, talking about leadership impact, we're looking at the results that you create, the difference you make, the change you create in your community. And as a rule of thumb, these results should be SMART, right? They should be specific. In other words, you can name what you actually did. They should be measurable. We should be able to quantify the results. They should be achievable. So you don't just give us fabulous stories. It should be something that reflects you in your resources, something that people can accept that you actually did. They should be relevant. So relevance in the sense that what you create as a solution should be directly tied to a problem that the community is facing, because if you're not actually solving a problem, then you're wasting resources. Your impact should be time bound. In other words, there should be a specific time frame during which that activity was carried out, during which that impact was created. And I like to add that it must be sustainable, because if you go in today and do something, then by the time you turn in your back, the thing has disappeared, then you're not helping the community. So we've looked at your leadership framework, we've looked at your leadership impact. Your leadership niche is about the role that you play in your community. Now, there is this myth among Cameroonians that leadership is a job. Leadership is not a job. Leadership is the process of creating change, the process of solving problems in your community. So the good news is that even though the word leadership or leader may not appear on your curriculum vitae, many of you have been great leaders without knowing. So we're looking at, if you are running a charity organization, obviously you're a community leader. That one is the obvious one. But entrepreneurs, professionals, and volunteers whose domain of activity falls within the framework of the Sustainable Development Goals, you guys have leadership potential, especially if you have results that we can quantify. Finally, let us look at your leadership activities. Of course, when you talk activities, you're thinking of teaching, you're thinking of community water projects, you're thinking of lobbying, you're thinking of advocacy, you're thinking of counseling, you're thinking of, these are things that I call generic activities. And I want to bet you that generic activities never win grants, they never win competitions. Remember what I mentioned in the beginning about making it personal? When it comes to activities, you need to be innovative. So the health professional, let's say the nurse who sits in the clinic and waits for patients to come and consult, that is that consultation is a generic activity. You don't write a project and just say you're consulting patients. Nobody cares. That's what you do for a living. But the nurse who says that on every country Sunday, I go to a rural village, a rural community, and hold workshops to teach women how to use their locally available food sources to prepare balanced diets for their kids. That is an innovation. If you are a teacher and you say, okay, for the past 10 years, I've taught 5,000 students, nobody cares. That's what you do for a living. But if you say that during the Anglophone crisis, you created a mobile application that parents are using to teach their kids at home, that is an innovation. So when it comes to project activities, always think in terms of innovation. Don't just narrate activities that everybody sees around, everybody can do and everybody does. They don't move anyone. Tell us the innovation that you have created. So I hope I have sparked your interest, and let us continue to interact on the platform. Well, just to say that if you're not a member of my WhatsApp mentoring group, or in case you're watching this video after the program has passed, but you find the content relevant for your other programs, don't hesitate to leave a comment below this video. I will happily respond to you. Thank you very much.